welcome back to Direct from the Verse. This week coming to you from the G-Lot Bar in the heart of Area 18. Now, Around the Verse is no more. The show's been replaced by...
Inside Star Citizen.
No, oh yeah, Inside Star Citizen.
We're working on it. It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
Yes, Inside Star Citizen. Thanks for that. So let's have a look at some of the highlights from this week's show. Now, if you think Area 18 and the planet ArcCorp is spectacular, well, just have a look at what's to come. Now, at the moment, the Crusader landing zone, Crusader the gas giant, which we know from being near Port Olisar, is actually in concept, and it's the Orison landing zone which they're showing us here now. Now, Orison is this cloud city which actually floats high above in the atmosphere over Crusader. Floats there due to some properties in the atmosphere of that planet. Now, what we saw was some unbelievable concept art of this city in the clouds. Now, this whole city is actually there for a reason. They actually manufacture large ships. Obviously, Crusader Industries is one of the large ship manufacturers in the game. But people do live there as well. So this is going to be absolutely awesome to see. And, well, just look at this concept art. I think it's going to be incredible, amazing. And I'm lost for words, actually. The developers showed us a new particle system they're working on. Now, this replaces the current system, which is based off the CPU, and this puts it onto the GPU. Now, it's actually based off work developed by ID Tech or id Tech, and it will enable nicer shadows, huge improvements in lighting and general fidelity. And the real important points from this new particle system is that it will give tremendously better performance to the player. That's better FPS for us all. Now, over the years, a lot of ships have been reworked in Star Citizen for various reasons. Some were originally built before they had the new ship pipeline, and basically they're not really compatible with the new systems. But we had a look at a reworking of the Vanguard. What they're actually doing with the Aegis Vanguard is actually making changes to the inside. They're making a component room behind the pilot, and this is where your radar, coolers, power systems will be located, and the middle section is going to be actually a modular section for your variant. So if you get a Harbinger, that's a torpedo variant, that's where your torpedoes and other systems will be housed. You'll be able to actually see the torpedo deployed. They're also making changes for this section if you've got the hoplite, that's a dropship variant, and there'll be additional storage for weapons and some larger weapons as well. So this looks very interesting. We should see these newly redesigned modular Vanguards in 3.6, I believe. Now, I certainly think that it's a huge improvement on the current interiors of the Vanguard, so does look very nice indeed. Now, if you haven't already checked this out, you might want to have a look at the public telemetry dashboard, which is on the Roberts Space Industries site. Now, the developers showed us some of the improvements they've made to this dashboard, and from the dashboard you can have a look at what percentage of the community use an SSD versus an HDD, and everyone should use some type of SSD as a minimum now for Star Citizen. You can now check the stability of the game on the dashboard, And of course, you can check how your CPU score holds up against other players and your GPU as well. So I find this very interesting. I always check this fairly frequently myself. Obviously, in the coming year, I've got a feeling there's going to be some exciting hardware release. So bear that in mind when you plan your next upgrades. Well, I think that was a pretty interesting first episode of Inside Star Citizen. Certainly the highlight for me was that Orison landing zone and city in the clouds. Well, that's going to be awesome. Just imagine that floating high up in the clouds above the gas giant Crusader. So we'll look out for that probably about a year or so from now. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And as always, please don't forget to like, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing. So until next time, I hope to see you all very soon, direct from the verse.